or your thinking abilities will be impaired. Yeah? Your thinking abilities will be impaired by vaping. And you will be, I don't want to say Down syndrome. That is a little bit, you'll be slow, you'll be delayed with a capital D. Yeah? So, skin vaping can affect the skin. So, but it says here, according to research, nicotine exposure during this period can permanently alter brain pathways. Permanently. So, our brain pathways is where our habits, our behavior patterns. So, if you vape during teenage years, then it permanently affects those pathways. You won't be able to do the right things. It can, but it's not, how do you now say, the ultimate, because by studying the Word of God, you're building new brainwave patterns. Eh? By studying the Word of God, anything is possible with God. But if you remember, it's very hard to come out of a bad habit, eh? Because you become unconscious about it. So, for example, when you are on, let's say, on a mountain, eh? And you're sliding down, wherever, for example, how can I now say, it's like you're sliding down from a hill. You're sliding down from a hill, and it's nice sliding down, but now it's on a mountain, and then you can fall down off the mountain. You can fall down off the mountain, but you say, no, I'm enjoying myself, I'm sliding down off this hill, and then you say, no, I can stop whenever I can. But do you think you're going to stop and you get to the mountain, you're going to fall down? So that is how the devil deceives us. The devil makes us believe that we can stop whenever we can. But then we become unconscious about it and we start hating the people that is trying to help us. So skin vaping can affect the skin and it causing redness, inflammation, and dry skin. Black hairy tongue. You want to see somebody vaping? Look at the tongue, vaping causes a buildup of skin cells on the tongue. Yeah, I like it when I'm in the hospital. I like to do a physical assessment. I say, come man, look at your tongue, look at your eyes, look at your ears. Then I feel like a medical doctor, not a medical doctor. So, lung damage from vaping. So, lung damage, shortness of breath, and chest pain, and respiratory failure. So you're going to have pain and problems with your lungs, and also you're going to have a popcorn lung. Popcorn lung. So some flavorings contain a chemical linked to bronchiolitis or obliterans, which, sorry, I know how to pronounce it, but obliterans causes permanent scarring and narrowing of small airways. So the airways in your lungs, your lung is like a tree with branches. So the airways in your lungs, it causes the scarring. It causes the scarring and it causes narrowing. Anything with itis is inflammation. Inflammation, bronchitis, sinusitis, anything with itis. In medicine, it's called inflammation. So you have inflammation, you have scarring, so you will have struggling breathing. So imagine you are, sorry, I'm not, you can't breathe. It's not nice. It's not nice. Vaping in your heart. So you will have heart problems. So vaping increases your blood pressure and heart rate almost immediately after use. The nicotine in vapes causes blood vessels to narrow, making your heart work harder. Over time, this puts extra strain on your cardiovascular system and raises your risk of heart disease and stroke. So you can get a stroke and a heart attack from vaping. Be careful. Is your team or youth at home vape free? Have an open conversation with them at home. Ask open-ended questions, not yes and no. So an open-ended question, when you ask somebody a question and they can give you a big answer. But for example, a closed-ended question, you say you don't say, "Are you vaping?" That is just yes and no. Are you vaping? Yes and no. Um, um, did you clean your room? Yes and no. That is a closed-ended question. But you need to ask open-ended questions when to assess for a vaping. Yeah? So, you, for example, say, how can I know? Can somebody help me? Maybe an example of an open-ended question. In any case, you can research it yourself.
Research for yourself.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you ask why and how, and keeping the lines of communication open is more important than a lecture. Yeah? So don't, like, nagging is not nice. Yeah? Not nice. Sorry, I have my another not good. But nagging is not nice. Don't always lecture your kids. Yeah? You must be able to have a relationship with them. I like the way how my wife does things. Yeah? I learn a lot from her. She's a teacher, so she knows how to work with kids. So she has open communication with them, and yeah, don't always lecture your kids. Don't always make things stressful for them. They must be calm. They must be nice, and you must have a good relationship, because that is part of what we need as human beings. We need to have a deep social connection with each other. If you don't have a connection with each other, if you always stressing with each other, it's not nice to be in a relationship with each other. So you have to have a deep social connection, and that deep social connection, it actually releases serotonin in the brain. Okay? And serotonin is an antidepressant. When you are depressed, when you go to the GP and you say, "GP, I'm depressed," then the GP's got a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, or a SSRI. It improves serotonin in the brain. Okay? So you don't then need to go to the doctor, to the medical doctor, to get the SSRI. Yeah? You just have a good relationship with each other, and that releases that happiness hormone. Yeah? Don't give the doctor unnecessary. And then listen more, talk less. If they are something, avoid immediate emotional reaction. So don't react emotionally. Yeah? So listening is a skill. Yeah? I had a conversation with a lawyer the other day, and the lawyer wasn't listening to me. I said to her, "You know what? You're not listening to what I said. You're hearing what I'm saying, but you're not listening." Because I'm telling the person something, and then she's just not. And you know, to listen, you need to concentrate on what the person is saying, and you need to understand, and you need to show that you understand what the person was saying. But if you hear it's just a sound, is that's a saying that says it goes in here and it goes out on the other side. Okay? So listen. Okay? You have, my friend told me the other day, Randall, you know what? You've got two eyes, you've got 2 ears and 1 mouth, and 2 eyes. So she said, look, he said, look, listen, and say less than you. See? So it makes sense. Just look and listen and talk less. Then South Africa is among the top 10 countries in the world with the highest vaping usage. South Africa is among the top 10 countries in the world. Why is South Africa always so perfect? You know? We have South Africa is the country in the world with most HIV. It's in the top 10 countries with the highest vaping. What's wrong with our country? Vaping prevalences increase with age. Vaping facts and myths. Okay, so here's facts and myths about vaping. Yeah? So, a fact: 920% of adults in SA vape. Yeah? 920%, so that's a fact. A myth is just a harmless water vapor. Fact, 29.51% of grade 12 learners in SA vape. Myth, vaping helps me relax and reduce stress. Never. Fact, 21%, 21.51% grade 11 learners in SA vape. Yeah? That's a fact. Vaping is safer form of smoking. Myth. Fact, 17.28% of grade 10 learners in SA vape. Flavor vapes is harmless. Is a myth. Fact, 13.32% of grade 9 learners in SA vape. Myth, you can't get addicted to vaping. Yeah? Some red flags to look for: the sweet scent. If you are just coming in a certain place and you smell something sweet, you can say this is vaping. A sudden unexplained smell of candy, fruit, or mint in a room or in a clothes. So new tech devices that look like sleek USB drives, high-tech pens, or even smart watches. Physical signs include increased thirst, vaping causes extreme dry mouth, frequent nosebleeds, or sudden irritability and brain fog. How to stay safe from vaping? Avoid starting vaping in the first place. Move away from the second-hand vaping. Stay away from vape clouds. Stay informed about the dangers of vaping. Talk openly about vaping risk with those you are. Talk openly about vaping risk with those you care about. Vaping, just another form of pick your poison. Yeah? Make informed choices for your health. Yeah? Yeah. So don't just tell your kids like, yeah, you must stop doing this, you must stop doing that, you must stop doing this. Yeah? You must inform them, make them aware. Yeah? Teenagers are at that stage that they can reason. That's it, they can reason, they can think like about abstract thoughts, yeah, they think about God, and yeah, so they can start thinking to reason. Yeah? So you need to make them aware of vaping. Don't just say, yes, stop doing this, stop doing that, stop doing that, stop doing that. Yeah? Rather say, I would like you to do that. I would like you to do this. Put it in the positive. Don't say, I would like you to do that, and I would like you to do this. Okay? And then our learners are being targeted by a multi-billion rand industry that values profit over the young. As parents and a church family, we are the front line of the defense. Let's commit to being safe, a safe space where our children and youth can find support and find truth, support and strength to stand apart from the crowd. Yeah? Closing verse. Train up a child in the way he or she should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Yeah? So, Proverbs 22, verse 6. Don't worry. Yeah? Train up a child in the way they should go. Yeah? We have all different characteristics. We have all different personalities. None of us is perfect. Yeah? So we need to learn to be patient with the faults of each other. Yeah? I've learned that, you know what? There are certain behavior patterns in people. Yeah? Certain behavior patterns in people. Yeah? That before they come to church or before they came to God, it was already there. Yeah? So when you meet people in church, for example,